Open up your eyes and realize the lies, and you will make it through this life, and you will rise. My spiritual brothers out there, and my spiritual sisters, go to your highest potential and be that powerful being that you are, and see clear. In the wind, yeah, wanna see clear now, and I see clear now, the way it's going, yeah, wanna see clear now, and
Brothers and sisters, welcome to another Nature Podcast. And we are live and breathing. And as I always say, we are back to conquer another day, another year, and another decade. And I want to salute my family, brothers and sisters that's doing what they have to do and not hurting themselves or no one else, you know. And I place that goal over our families. May all of our families prosper and everything we touch turn to gold, because it's wonderful, you know, when we have gratitude and we see that light in each other. You know, we're not paying attention to no toxic. Let them waddle in their own pity, and that's person, place, or thing. Because I always like to bring up that spirit of Shaka Zulu, you know, and all the warriors that was with him, and that's brother or sister, our wonderful ancestors, man. I will always bring them up. That's why I got it in my description, you know, and I will always honor them. That goes for my immediate family and those far and near that have transitioned. May they rest in peace and in power. But remember, brothers and sisters, you can do anything you want to the body, but there's nothing you can do to a righteous warrior spirit, brother or sister. So I always give that thanks. And current subscribers, new subscribers, anybody that view, I salute you. May that great divine bring prosperity in your life. And that's mind, body, and soul. And I want to say, brothers and sisters, how often do we thank that great divine? I used to make these little small clips called Stop and Smell the Roses. I haven't done it in a while. It's right here on my channel. And I do that from time to time, you know, just little introspection moments and just pause and freeze frame moments. That's why you hear me every now and then. I make podcasts or videos about holding on to beautiful moments, because I think that's important, because it keeps us. It takes us out of the hustle and bustle of, if some of us have jobs, which I do, and, you know, social media and the world and all these things that's around us, and how these frequencies are just speedy and very fast. And so every now and then we have to skirt, take a moment, stop, take a breath, inhale, exhale, and take a moment. Look up in the sky, wherever you at. You at home, you in your car, you at a park. That's a real good place. At a park, at the lake, or, you know, wherever part of the world you're living in. Just some place of peace, and just either look up or close your eyes or think in your spirit. You don't even have to say it out loud, brother or sister, young or old, and just thank that great divine, man, every day. How often do we do that? I do it a lot. I ain't gonna say well, and you know what? I do. A lot of times I don't say it, but it's in my spirit, you know. And those meditative times, you know, snatch up those little moments of meditation, you know. So I think like right now, this is a form of meditation, you know. That's why you always see me put nature. Like I said, every other banner or thumbnail, it'll be nature or the mountains, or it'll be something to do with nature, because I'm so fascinated. I'm so fascinated with nature, the universe, astronomy, and all that stuff. It's just, I don't know, I love it. And that takes me out of, you have to find something that centers you. I always talk about centering mechanisms. You have to find out what that is. But of course, it has to be what, brothers and sisters? You hear me say this a lot: righteous. Because what's the point if it's not righteous? You know, I always like to give that example. You build a toxic building, and it's all built up, and you put all this work into it just for it to crumble. It's all for nothing. So being righteous is not corny. It's a way of life. Just like I always say about positivity. It's not always soft. It's a means for a better life. That's what positive energy is. Being positive and thinking about things that's in our inner core and all those good things that you hear a lot of us talk about, you know. But when we comprehend them, you know, Because comprehending and listening is two different things. Because we hear things all day long. That's why I say we have to skirt and take that time and say, thank you, great divine. I love when I rhyme. All the time, right on the dime. I love it. But just got to be thankful. And everything included under that umbrella of that great divine. And don't forget the other force, because we got to have that feminine energy, Mother Nature. Take the time and thank Mother Nature, too. Now, it's just my opinion, and we all have our different ways of how we thank Mother Nature and that great divine. Going to the park or the lake or looking out onto the water, my opinion, I think that's the best way. No phone, no computer. You know, if you have someone, you with someone with you, that's cool too. But if you're by yourself, just go out onto the lake. And I think the best times are like in the morning or in the evening, like the sunrise. That's the best time. Because that's what I always have when I'm doing these podcasts. And as I've said in past podcasts I've done, I said in the morning I like to have, like on my TV screen, I have the picture of 7 warriors. And like I said, it's right here on YouTube. It's called 7 African Warriors. And it shows 7 warriors on the screen. Remember I said it's 7 brothers and 1 sisters. And they look bold and intimidating. And that spirit gets in you. But then, sometimes I have on my screen in the morning, because this is a form of meditation to me. You know, you have to find your niche in meditation, so to speak. But on my screen now, it shows, they had those videos, those meditation videos where it shows the beautiful homes that's off the water, and it has the sunset like gleaming off the water, and you know how beautiful the sun looks, shimmying off the water. I'm trying to give a good picture, and it's beautiful, man. So what I do is I know this gonna sound weird, but kind of like an out of body experience. And we visualize. That's how we bring things into fruition, brother or sister, young and old. That's what meditation is all about. We visualize those righteous things that, how they say when you want something, you speak it into existence. We can think it into existence too, righteously. So on my screen, it shows this beautiful home, and it has an open view of the water. Like I said, the sun shimmying off. And you can just go on YouTube. They're just called meditation videos. And I don't know if it's computer generated or it's actually someone's home, but it's like the most beautiful. It's wow. I was like, man, I wish that was my home. So, and it sets the tone. You hear me say that a lot. And it helps sets the tone for our mind, body, and soul. Because I read in the definition, I've spoke on this before, but now remember, positivity doesn't stop or cure everything, but it's a wonderful place to start. Because if you look it up, it's actually in the definition. Positivity is good for our immune system. And it's true. I mean, think of the harsh negative things when, before a lot of us became aware of ourselves. Think of the things we used to let get to us and things that trigger us, things that happen that's traumatic, and what it does to the body. Like, say, for instance, almost getting into an accident, anticipating it, that feeling right there. That's what negativity does. And it sends a shock to the system. So if you don't practice positivity, you have triggers all around you. That's why I say again, how often do we take the time and thank that great divine and Mother Nature and just things in general? Like I said, everything under that umbrella of great divine that comes with family, children, ourselves, of course, because if we don't respect and love and cherish ourselves, how in the heck are we going to, show it to others? So again, we can't forget our reachers and teachers, and that's in the world or online. Remember, everything's included. And why is that? Because that great divine, you hear me say this a lot, and Mother Nature runs this whole shit, this whole universe. And, I like to bring up, none of us know how big that universe is. Or really, none of us know how powerful that force can be. Some of us have experienced it, but only those who have transitioned and came back really know that full power. So, and I'll say it, I'm sorry, I got to put a little emphasis. I know some people might get offended by me cussing sometimes, but I take that force serious. And it has brought me through so many challenges, as well as other brothers and sisters and my family, and it's helping my son, Lord Lamont. It's bringing him through his challenge. Sometimes we can't see what that great divine or even Mother Nature. Sometimes we just can't see what that great divine is doing. But if we got right in our heart, and we have right in our heart, that's what would develop that confidence. If we know we're doing right, we have no malice or hate or anything poison within us, we all right. We good. We just got to stick with it and do what? Suffer righteously. Oh, man. That's like breathing air. That's like air to the body, mind, body, and soul when we suffer righteously. And we will see that light. We'll see that sunlight shimmy off that beautiful ocean. Because that's what, I don't know, just looking, some about looking onto the water and looking up to the sky and looking at the sun. It's just like, wow. We just have to take the time and really notice how magnificent and powerful that great divine and Mother Nature really is when you cling on to it. But again, also include our families. Share that same love that great divine gives us, have to give to others. And you know what? It was a clip that I heard last night actually, and it was a sister that was speaking. And man, you know how you come across those hard pills, hard truths. I call them hard pills. You come across those sometimes. It's like, wow, and it gives you a different perspective on things. So I heard this sister speaking on one of those little small clips, and she said that great divine, everybody isn't meant for us to leave. And I was like, wow, she's kind of right. Some people we either are in their lives or they're in our lives to make us see something in us, vice versa, either or. And some people are not meant to leave, but some people are kind of meant to kind of distance yourself from, but love from a distance still, not like leaving them out of hate or nothing. I'm talking about the ones that haven't done that. We're not talking about toxic individuals, but she was saying some people are not always meant for us to leave, because, we are social creatures, and it is nice when we connect to a loved one. I'm talking about like a brother and a sister or vice versa. Or either used to be with each other or not. And this kind of relates to the situation with my son's mom, my 9-year-old Ethan. And it relates to kind of me and her situation. But we're not together, but we're still connected. We still talk, and and I help her with the children, and we act like adults. So actually I didn't leave her, just not in a relationship. That's all. And that's why it's good to study human nature. Because as we humans can do, and then salute to that sister I heard that advice from. It just shed a little light on a different aspect of life. Because, I'm just saying this for me, because I know sometimes we can hear some of these videos. I'm not talking about nobody I listen to, but like some of the relationship videos, we can hear them. You should get away from people and don't get near people. But we have to, that's when that discernment comes in. We have to, figure out who we are supposed to stay locked on to and not. And I think the higher we get up in levels, we'll know. But that was some good advice from that sister. And it made me reassess things, because it's good to isolate. And I'm talking about brother or sister, young or old, or a family member. It's good to isolate sometimes just to kind of keep oneself in check, but not all the time. We do have to have human contact. So I do know this too, because trust me, brothers and sisters, as I said to my son, Lord Lamont, and salute Lord Lamont, and he gonna be all right. He gonna be back. I'm still keeping in contact with him. He good. But as I told Lord Lamont, we have to have, we have to have some kind of human contact. I know that too, but like I said, I love solitude. I'm not one of those brothers. Being alone, that's my best time. That's when I do my most creating. That's when I sit back and work out challenges within myself. That's what I do when I'm in my quiet moments. Now, I have my little moments where I might watch a little movie or entertain myself or something like that. But a lot of times I'm like writing rhymes for music, or maybe I'm doing music. Sometimes I do music and haven't even uploaded it yet, because that's my favorite pastime. And that's what we have to do. And I spoke on this on a podcast about investing in our divine abilities. It's not a joke. So when we get those quiet moments, or we do get those moments of peace, amidst the hustle and bustle of this damn world, man, hold on to those moments. That's when you hold on to life. Those times are kind of pivotal, because those are the times when that great divine and Mother Nature can speak to us, and we will thank that great divine. If we don't say it, we'll feel it in our spirit. We'll thank it. We'll show it in our lives that we appreciate that great divine. Just wherever we can in every part of our lives, just thank that great divine for those like-minded thoughts that we get, because it's a rarity. It's a small percentage that really get it, and I'm trying not trying to beat up on no one, that's in a state of trying to get to a space of having a stable mind. Because hey, we all been there. I've been there, still learning. But one thing we always gotta remember: always keep a student spirit. And why? Just like that advice I just talked about that sister gave. See, now if I had a close, and remember, I listen to a lot of advice, but we just have to cipher, who we listen to and all that stuff. Because this, man, you don't want our brains to get overloaded. But at the same time, don't have a don't have small-minded thinking, so we don't miss things. So we, always say, we know what we know, and be humble about what we don't know. And I love learning. It's wonderful. And we can learn from a child. We can learn from a family member, a reacher and teacher online. Man, as long as we in the right spaces, we good, brother, sister, young or old. We good, So it was nice to hear a different perspective. And it was like, okay, yeah, you're right. So, but, again, like I said about the situation with my 9-year-old, Ethan, with me and his mom, I never left her. I've always, one thing about, and I'm sure as many other brothers and sisters and family members, my family, if they listening, that can relate to this. I have a conscience, and it's just, even if I'm not saying I did nothing bad, but like if I happen to, by mistake or something, did something to somebody, I would feel so bad about it. That's how I am. It bothers me. Just like me, like I've talked about how I volunteer in my son's school. And I haven't in a while because I had to get my rest. And I feel bad. But I still, like I said on the podcast I talked about yesterday, like if it's something that's needed and I have to go up to the school, oh yeah, I still go up there. Me and my like I said, my son's mom and I went up there yesterday, because of a behavioral problem my son was having. So I still go. I just haven't volunteered. But it bothers me, it just bothers me. So one thing that I'm glad I inherited from my mom and my dad and my grandparents, and something that great divine, Mother Nature, has put in one's spirit, that I have a conscience. And that conscience is our guide. Just like what's the movie? I don't want to be like it's corny, taken from the movie, but y'all remember the movie Pinocchio? Let our conscience be our guide, but let our righteous conscience be our guide. That's our compass, brothers and sisters. So that's what kind of keep me on the straight and narrow, and and controlling one's triggers and stuff like that. Because I want to stay as positive every day as I best way I can through the challenges. But that's why we study human nature, and not just for looking at others, mostly for ourselves, so we can understand different individuals that we come into. Especially our loved ones, those we are close to, those that have taught us, those that were an impact in our lives. So I just want to say, how often do we take the time to thank that great divine and Mother Nature? And I mean for everything righteous that we have got in our lives. Because, as I like to bring up, there are things that some of us have been through, brother or sister, young or old. Man, just a little bit of introspection. Some of us, some of the choices we could have made could have caused our demise, and we still standing today. Be proud of that, brothers and sisters, that you made it through that. Man, if you made it through that, you'll make it through anything else that's to come, because we think now, we stop now, we pause, and stop and what? Smell the roses, and just breathe. Ooh, inhale, exhale. And just set the tone, like I always say. And what I always say, brothers and sisters, tell yourself it's going to be a good day. Do that anyway, And like I say, study different areas of our thoughts and just be ready for things to come. Those who work, I always bring this up. Those who have jobs, always get yourself ready before you go, because you never know what you're going to be walking into. Always think above and beyond the workplace. I'm telling you, you'll miss things all the time. Because when I run into, I work with the public, so your senses get heightened when you study it, when you study your awareness, brother or sister, when you study it, and you pay attention to it, and human behavior and all that kind of stuff, you'll anticipate people's energies. And it's wonderful when we can do that. It's like we almost a superhero, real talk. We almost have kind of a special power, but like I said, you have to take the time to invest in those divine abilities that most melanated brothers and sisters have, if not all. You just have to tap into it. So that's how we kind of sidestep a lot of bull, when we study human nature. It's wonderful. And also, man, take the time and thank that great divine for everything, our families, our children, reachers and teachers, our life, the air we breathe, the money we have. If we're able to have a little cash, we're able to have things. We're not rich, but we good. Be thankful. Don't ever get on no high horse. Let that great divine, Mother Nature, be our high horse. And you'll always hear me say the two. And why is that? Because I want that male energy and that feminine energy. Because I will never ever confuse the two. Because there is a difference. Our children need to know this. So a great divine is the man, and Mother Nature is the woman. Real talk. Never ever confuse the two. And it is something that stuck with me. Cat Williams said, and I think it was an old interview, and he gave his perception of Adam and Eve, and it hit me. I was like, wow. My guy, Cat Williams. Dude is the Superman of jewel droppers. I'm telling you. This brother said, and he spoke on Christianity. He said if Adam and Eve was God's son and daughter and they had sex, that's a problem. And I thought about that. I was like, wow, he's right. Because think about it, brothers and sisters. If Adam is God's son, well, we all know the history of Christianity anyway. That's why it's so tainted, because it's built off a false foundation in the first damn place. But I won't get too deep into that. Have to follow your own truth. But anyway, Cat Williams was dead on. I'm telling you. And it makes sense. Like he said, if Adam was God's son and Eve was God's daughter, what the hell are they doing having sex? Think about that, brothers and sisters. That's where incest and all that type of shit, that's where it stems from. But I'm going to stop right there. But I'm telling you, like I said, when we learn to listen, we're not small-minded, we'll pick up on the great divine, and Mother Nature will drop little wonderful brothers and sisters in our lives that will drop jewels like that. And there's a lot of them out here that are very, very powerful. And it's too late now. We can't be stopped. It's too late. It's so many truth sayers. I mean, we might have a lot of toxic ones and looking for attention and all that old good shit. But on the flip side, we got a lot of righteous brothers and sisters out here, and that's in our families also, that are on fire, and that great divine is showing up and showing out, as well as Mother Nature. So I just wanted to put something on brothers and sisters' minds, current subscribers, new subscribers, anybody that view. See, that's why I got this on my banner. I just want you to see your thoughts, not just what's on my banner. That's why sometimes I don't have things, just different. Now, like I said, none of us are better, just different, And we all have our own little ways of doing things. And it's just my way, not nothing, no better and nobody else. Just different, that's all. So sometimes I like to have nothing on there because I don't want you to have nothing but your thoughts when you hear me speak. And, maybe hear what I speak, So that's why I do this, and I love it. It's like I said, self-therapy. Get those things up that's, buried deep within, bring them up, and I'm talking about good, righteous things. It's wonderful, so, and the more we do it, the more we'll override the bad things that try to come from the outside when we keep that positive energy buried deep, deep, deep within. So that's my thought. And thank those for coming in to another Nature podcast and or EBX discussion. And I thank those, if you get any positive energy out of what I say or teach, or pass it on to someone else so we can keep this realm strong. And salute to my family and your family and brothers and sisters, all over the world that's reaching and teaching in the world or online. May you keep that ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever you are right now. And like I say, I honor my family. I honor your family. I honor my children, man, brothers and sisters, man, much as we can, through this hustle and bustle and all this crap out here that's coming at us at every angle. Man, take the time, and I'll ask the question, how often do we take the time to thank that great, great divine? Salute.
Yeah. Open up your eyes and realize the lies, and you will make it through this life, and you will rise. My spiritual brothers out there and my spiritual sisters, go to your highest potential and be that powerful being that you are, and see clear. From my hometown, deep down, and they'll mean what I'm saying right now. I gotta be great for goodness sakes. Just take a look around, shit fucked up today, and that's why I walk and I talk this way, because my creator put things in me to say. I'm on another level, continue to raise, cause I'm the kind of brother that the world can't face. Cause I've grown